Set play, and Diana Baig will come in now to bowl to Matthews. Gets a lovely outswinger, good stride.
Pose a few problems.
Baig in now to bowl to Dutton. Dutton is driving in the air, but passing it on down to the boundary for 4.
Top shot.
She found a gap. It was airily, but that will give Dutton some confidence. First boundary. Waits for Sano, who comes in now to bowl to her.
Oh, that's gone. That's out.
One is going to be close.
That's
She's out like before.
Out. Dead.
She didn't know anything about that one there. In fact, she didn't even stuff. So when we get a chance, we have to make sure that we get up on him, before he gets away with anything. 5 without 1. Our colleague at 4 today. Knight is dropped at first slip. Raced away down to the third man boundary. Stand line up. Here comes Sana. She comes in out the boat to Dutton. Short delivery. Dutton is back onto her back foot and pull that
Smash.
Massively down into the mid wicket area for 4. And she climbed into that and said, "I've got
let the ball come." Not try to reach out too far.
Pitched up again, and she's driving expansively for 4. No need to run. Hits the boundary rope now. And Dutton is driving. She's out, caught at cover. Loose shot by Dutton, pitched up, and she just threw her hands at it. Really didn't go through with the shot.
Just not letting the ball actually come, and on that occasion, just leaning back slightly, Deandra Dutton. Weight on the back foot, not really transferring that weight onto the front foot as positively as she possibly would have liked, and just hitting the ball in the air to that extra cover fielder.
He had to do something different.
We'll get back to that after this delivery from Nida Dar. Bowling, and that one is edged. A second slip would have gotten that one. The ball is trickling close to the third man boundary. It will just trickle across the ropes now. Strike is the right-handed Taylor. She's on 12. 54 for 2. Knight on 17. Here comes that. And this one is passing between. Wow, that one missed everything. It runs down to the long leg boundary, and it will run into the boundary now.
So in the last game, that's a good shot.
That's a beautiful shot. Struck straight down the ground. That's a lovely cricket shot there. And she waited on it and had the balance was beautifully. Because Djokovic is just he's an amazing human being. Here is Kashana Knight swinging to the line there from a delivery from. She's going to have to be mindful of the challenges that lie ahead. We break for a little while. As Dar around the wicket goes past Ramdani into the bowl to. She's slugging it again down to the boundary for 4.
These sort of things, you want to see that from the non-striker.
This is a huge ground. It's bigger than the coolest cricket ground. Taylor is driving beautifully for 4.
Class.
That's class. That's beautiful.
Windies just have to continue rotating the strike. On that occasion, Stefani
just pouncing on
that one.
Yes, and just more or less
presented
like the delivery. Taylor is getting out the broom here, sweeping this one down to the boundary for 4.
It's going to
hit the rope right now. It does. Once the downgrade goes here on the slope right here,
surrounded by greatness.
Oh yes, greatness. And you have the Governor Garfield, so you can't miss that. Here's Kashana Knight finding the gap finally and punching that to the offside. I don't think she will get a boundary.
I think she will.
It does now hit the rope. Half century for the West Indies. And she's back and turning it. Half century to Kashana Knight. She receives an applause. Let's see what's going to be happening. Yes, she gets the heart single. Just for a moment, she might have been waiting to say, what is the umpire waiting for? 50 to Kashana Knight. Some 5 boundaries, Sylvester. Indeed, a lovely knock. To the blocks right quick. Here's Taylor driving beautifully. Kashana Knight for 4. That's a lovely shot. That's a lovely off drive, Sylvester. That was the bow to Knight. Knight is back and pulling this down to the boundary for 4. That went like a rocket. It was dragged down there by Sohail, and Knight kept her eyes on it. In England, thanks again. Lowell Mason also sent his greetings for you, Sylvester. So a lot of folks have been following the cricket. Here is Taylor paddling this one around. Will it have the legs to go into the boundary? It does. Hit the ropes now. West Indies cricket in terms of women's cricket, but it's going to just need. Here is Kashana Knight with a CG maximum. She brought out the long angle. First CG maximum of the 4th game here. And Johnny, the cameraman, has got to go and retrieve the ball. The partnership goes up to 125 of 180 deliveries. And Dar is not amused with that shot.
I guess not, because, the respect that they were giving her, and that one came out of the little pocket rocket. You know, she hits the ball with immense power when she's hitting it.
Certainly. So we look and wait and see what's happening. In the meantime, dead ball signaled by the umpire because Daz now,
which is really good.
Joining the women power in terms of commentary. Here is a lovely shot here by Kashana Knight, inside out, down to the boundary for 4. That's a proper in between the umpire and the stumps, as we say good afternoon to El Camino Willett, down the onside. And just for a moment, there's a appeal for caught behind, but the umpire is not in. In fact, Taylor walks.
Well, it's okay. Wasn't too bad.
I like how you said that. Folks in Trinidad and Tobago, where you're listening to us in Guyana, Sean Devers and company. There's out caught behind Taylor.
And she's walking.
And she's walking Cooper.
A little shorter. She doesn't pick up the length as quickly, and on that occasion, getting that edge to the keeper. Yeah.
See, going hard. You got to roll. In fact, the West Indies don't need to be losing too many wickets either. Just turning this one beautifully down to the fine leg area, into the boundary for 4. That's good timing. One thing about her, Mali, when she times the ball
between the umpire and the stumps, here comes Sandhu bowls, and this delivery is an absolute ripper. Bold is Shady Nation. What a delivery! Pitch on or about mid.
Stump, and to be honest, you couldn't really ask for much more. Not sure what else Shady Nation could have done. Possibly could have looked to present a straighter bat, but on that occasion, and bowling 40 dots.
Let's see, it's big. Starts to moving again and taking on the pad and out. Kishona Knight goes, a dejected figure, she was playing across the line onto a straight one, taken on the pad, loud appeal, and that was plumb. You could call it even before the umpire raised the dreaded index finger. Kishona Knight goes, LBW of the bowling of big for 88, well played, 140 balls, 62.9 in terms of her strike rate, and the procession of wickets going for the West Indies now, the 181 for 6, and from a position where they had just gets another opportunity, and this time she gets bat on ball, but it is miscued. She gets it over the infield, though it will run close to the boundary on a backward point, and it goes into the bounces up again to Fatima Sana, and this time this goes high in the air. There'll be a chance here, and taken. So a catch, and Henry goes caught down there in a kind of short mid-off position. The ball skied, and actually it is it Henry?
Windies lose yet another wicket, like you say, and really struggling. Pakistan have come right back into this game with taking wickets. Taking crucial wickets at crucial times, and Windies now struggling as we see.
Why not? Absolutely. Here she comes to bowl to Williams, and Williams is pulling this one down to a chase around here. Will they come back for the second round? They start to come back for it, and good job. Fantastic. I think that was and
that's more buzzers.
Well, actually, it'll get overthrows. It will run close to the boundary, and it will run to the boundary also. 6 runs in all. Well needed runs for the number 49 being bowled, the penultimate. This one is bowled, and Williams going for that massive shot over the onside, looking to go straight, possibly targeting the side screen.
In both spells, with the new ball earlier up, she asked a few questions, and now she's come back and taken wickets regularly. She's done.
Sandhu will now have a chance to do that, and this one is caught.
She's got 4.
She now has 4, so Mohammed is caught at mid-wicket of the bowling of Sandhu, and now Sandhu has 4 wickets. Yes, she can't. Well, here comes Sandhu up to the wicket, and this one looking to use the long handle there was Shamila Connell. They'll come back for the hesitation here, and I think she's in. I think she's out. So even with a misfield, even with not collecting cleanly, the West Indies are out. They are all out for 210. Eventually, run out was Shakira Salman coming back there for another run, and that wasn't to be. 210 all out the West Indies in 49.4 overs. So they really didn't take advantage of 2 of those legal deliveries. Pakistan women really have done a fantastic job showing tonight. 7 for 194 Chanel Henry, 8 for 206 Rashada Williams, 9 for 208 Anisa Mohammed, and all out when Shakira Salman was run out for 1.
And for me personally, my biggest takeaway from the Windies batting in that innings was as good as that partnership between Kaishana and Stefani Taylor.
Muniba Ali will be on strike. So here's Shamil O'Connell with the first delivery outside the line of the off stump. And Ali.
Natural player.
Shamil O'Connell. And it's slashed away and they will go away for 4. A wonderful stroke. Beautifully timed by Ali into bowl. And she's pulling out this delivery and gets it well away. Down to the boundary, 4 runs. The timing again, superb. It was not all that short, but she swiveled and she timed it 211. Here is Shamir Connell. This is driven into the offside and through the offside. Will it have the legs to beat the field? I think it will. It's rushing towards the boundary, gets there now, and 4 runs. That would have been the 3rd century by a West Indian in this series. Here's a good delivery, loud appeal, out. Given out LBW. Oh, that one certainly spun, but Ali is not happy with the verdict of the umpire. That one certainly beat the bat. It left her. It spun. Yes, it's... Yes, it's spun. Probably would have hit off stump.
Probably. I guess
Goes past Verdin Smith, and here is Khan sweeping, and we'll get a boundary. It hits the Betway sign now, and a boundary to Javera Khan, who had a lean time 44 for 1. Pakistan, they're off to a flyer so far, into over number 10. Bowled all over the shop. Javera Khan, poor form continues here on this
course. You have to be more watchful, Springs. Give yourself an opportunity. It's 50 overs. You have enough time, and I think.
And Henry is also working up some pace here. Here is Sohail driving inside out, down to the boundary for 4.
Salman on point.
Here is Sohail driving inside out, down to the boundary for 4. Now, I personally feel, this is just my opinion, Mali, that Shedi Nation needs to be able to go back.
Hard to count right now.
Right.
Haley Matthews is in, hammered off the back foot, beats the diving fielder at cover point. It will go into the boundary at the point, and that's 4 runs. So, with any rapidity, but certainly the single. Here's a reverse sweep and beautifully played. Oh, that's a wonderful shot by Sohail. Oh, it was played with confidence. Happening in this innings as well. Selman is in, down the leg side, loud appeal, out. Caught at the wicket. She has been adjudged caught at the wicket, a ball down the leg side. And
you can say that you're very fortunate. Look at that.
Yes, and the appeal, the wicket had a lot to say, especially in relation to the spinners. This is driven nicely into the offside. It will beat the fielder into the boundary. It does so now, and that's 4 delightful runs for Pakistan. So it'll be a second half century in 1 internationals. She's back and guides it down to 3rd man. That's the run. She's on to 50, and Sohail completes her second half century in 1 internationals. She lifts her bat. She recognizes the applause from her teammates. She's on 50 from 69 and leading the Pakistan charge here. They're pursuing 211 to win. They're 137 for 3, 74 needed from 100.
Shamil O'Connell.
So, 158 for 3. Imtiaz is 16. Waits for Matthews, and she's bowled. Playing right across the line of the delivery. A poor shot, but she would have done her job.
At this point in time, they're not even behind the rate. They're at 4.2 runs per over. Right on it.
Here is that getting a battle line delivery here by Haley Matthews, and that goes all the way down into the boundary for 4. Now, and again, we're talking about what's the line that Taylor Matthews is bowling. Former Leeward Islands captain, West Indies 18 captain, and a wicket to the West Indies. Finally, the pressure mounting on Sohail. Sylvester Bouncing Joseph has brought some disappointed in the way Sohail got out there, because she really, psychologically, when she was there, she was going to put pressure back.
There's a 3rd man, a backward pointer, cover and extra cover. This is hit high in the air. I think it has gone miles away. It has gone for 6. Tremendous shot. Great shot by Nazim. She really put back the ball.
I have to give the benefit of the doubt to Toast Springs. I mean, the captain and the West Indies players, like they know Nazim when she's on strike.
Area picked up by Haley Matthews, and this ball is driven down towards the long on position, and it's going to be caught dropped. So the feeling of the West Indies today has been absolutely at about chest height. and she floored it. This one is hit in the air. She runs in, she takes the catch this time. So that's the end of Nazim. She has been caught by Gujnabi of the bowling of
she just got dropped the ball before, and she went and she played a similar shot, and this time Gujnabi took a very good.
So Dar comes in to strike. She's on 18. She goes back and whips the ball away down to backward square, 4 runs. Oh, that was a good shot by Dar. It was Imtiaz. Swept away down to the backward square position. That's 4 runs. The scores are level. Dar playing one of her favorite strokes. Take a 4-0 lead in the series, and the West Indies are doing just that. The ball is hit away through the onside. They will go away for 4. Pakistan have won, and they've won with some measure of conviction. They won by 4 wickets with more than an over to spare, and that has reduced the deficit of the West Indies lead in the CG Insurance One-Day International Series with a victory here at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. Pakistan winning by 4 wickets, 214 for 6. But we're talking about this game of cricket where all that is involved, and sometimes when you have a bad time out in the field, when you have a bad time for a period, it tends to continue at times. And